It's so good.
When you
See if they can find anybody else. He does get taken out there.
Primal Beast.
As Liquid gonna try and reconvene themselves. A minute and a half left on this Aegis, roughly.
He has a lot of challenges running into
Smike tries to finish off
his sacrifice. Scepter uses the pulverize. Rezo finds him, walks around the corner. They do still have BKB TP, but not nearly enough. Too much damage coming out from that Morphling.
And moving everyone together, going to catch that wave as well. Bring that back up, get in here, get this outpost if they want. Retake this territory. And Liquid, I mean, what can you do? Do you want to try and make a play on the other side of the map? That's really the only place they have a ward, but they know there's nothing going on down there. They have a ward inside their own jungle. It's probably not going to last that long, as it is just like sitting upon a pillar, so it tends to get obviously scouted pretty fast. Besides, runs through with these sentries, so just waiting out this Aegis right now from Team Liquid and seeing if they can find an opportunity for a fight.
Zayad's walking right by Boxy there. Somebody's coming in, they spot him out.
Yeah, I think that does look very solid.
A little bit of separation there.
Got time as well.
And that keeps him alive for now.
Nisha wants that level 18 before more. There you go. Stand his ground there. Get that nice 60-second cooldown there.
This is such a strong power spike Secret with all of their things coming together and a couple of seconds left on this road. See if they stick around. It does look like they're going to back at least for now.
Physical damage here. What's the goal here?
This is the
So stock of the game at this point, it's a 5,000 gold lead after that first Aegis. And Secret looking incredibly strong. They've got the Blink Dagger done on Rezo now too. For Liquid, what do you see as their sort of avenue and how they need to deal with this game here?
I mean, I think McKay's got a pretty interesting idea, right? Going to be Agnew set there on the Primal Beast.
Right, we're getting rid of all the coverage.
Say like total team fight victory. Signature heroes right now. Just trying to, they just have to like find some fight. They have to force a fight. They have to stay in it. They have to try and get these stuns. Trying to find crystals on the back lines. I think you just have to assume that the global's going to get off. It's very unlikely you're going to catch the silencer first, right? So it's going to be a long haul team fight. It's going to be very reliant on like the Wraith Pack maybe having a big impact, but that can obviously be very tough versus a Morphling and a Sniper.
Yeah, that is incredibly difficult. And you can even play probably in pretty far as Nisha if you get that extra status boost from the Axe.
And then the other hard part is that they don't really have the best heroes for just like pushing out the waves, right? I mean, you can see how Boxy has to play on a Tusk. Not really the best hero for this. He's going to head on home. They don't have those sneakier lane exploders that just like pop the creeps and get away, try to delay this game. So sooner or later, they're going to have to find this fight. And what I like about Team Secret is that they already had the tier 2s very early. They got this Aegis, and they didn't try and like pressure the high ground or something ridiculous for that first Aegis. There's no point, right? Like, wait for the second Aegis. You're controlling so much of this map right now between your wards, your Hawks, your Nyx Assassin. So much vision. They see what Liquid are up to, and I'm sure they're well aware that they are taking the lead.
Yeah, and they don't even like. I was talking about the Active Scepter, but Nisha is just going in for the Scotty. He's opting to go for this, just beat them down, right-click build. Be a little bit tanky in there with it too.
Well, another sacrifice here. Keep it over to the gods. It's going to be Insania brought down. Can the rest of them get out? Matumbo Man, he's raged. Snowball in to try and get him away. Is Mickey just getting pummeled? Nisha chase, Nisha kill. A double for the Morph. Ready to go in for a bit more. Insania, keep on back for this one. He's got to get out of there. The chain drop. Well, look at him go. They're on top of Foxy. He is also going to go down. Matumbo Man looking for a bash, hoping to go toe-to-toe against Morph, but Secret, they are having none of it. Devastation up on the high ground. It's 26 minutes in. This is Elena Rax. This is so much of just complete total effective damage.
It's just the patience for Team Secret. They knew everything that was happening in this game, and they're just waiting for that time because they see that Liquid are taking time bomb of how they need to play this scrap. Eventually, they're going to force a fight, and sometimes it can be okay when a support just feeds in like that, where Insania dies, because it gives you a little bit of vision, and it maybe burns a couple stuns, and then you can go for that fight. Maybe that's their best moment, but Secret were willing and ready.
Secret just all over them here, and they will claim 2 sets of racks as soon as one of those boards or something comes on up to the high ground. But that Blink Dagger reveal from Science, and Matumbo Man, he's in pretty far, wants to take him down, gets 1 kill. They're able to assassinate the assassin, but it is a pure victory if I ever saw one, as it is a gold lead now after that high ground push.
That's a big one. And that's how it started, you know? This comes in, a couple heroes are in vision, you think, okay, is this our chance? And they thought about backing, but then the roar occurs, Mickey's forced to commit. Didn't really get a whole lot of value out of the Agnes, I would say. And then, of course, Nisha becomes better Primal Beast.
Zai found again. Nisha immediately gets out of there. The haste rune keeping him alive, ready to chase after Boxy now with the Scotty done. They got to run. Catches on to this Beastmaster. Do they have any more buybacks? It's It's already 3 dead. This is looking so rough for Liquid. Nikkei, he's got a life stealer bomb inside of him, but Nisha ready to take him down. The triple kill. Nisha will not be denied as they kill them all off. They love DOTA so much, but it's Secret that are coming away with this one.
And these are the two different stories these teams have had. Team Liquid, they've come into these games and maybe haven't looked the best in terms of the draft. They managed to follow the game. They find that one, but Secret, they make great drafts, they get these good lanes, and they just dominate the way through. It seems like they have a solid plan, they stick to it. And
Monkey into, Monkey is gonna win. So can snowball this game and get 10 kills in like 20 minutes.
The players happy about it, and for Liquid, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board, figure out what went wrong, and come out with a different draft.
And I think Team Secret showed something a little bit different as well this time, right? Having Rezo play this Beastmaster, it's not as like combat heavy. It almost feels like the snowball style that they've been relying on a lot with Zayat and Rezo. Instead, it's just Rezo play a normal Beastmaster game, and this was just amazing macro gameplay by Team Secret, right? They read everything Liquid were doing, they responded, and it just felt like they knew what Liquid needed to do in this game, and they did not let it happen.
They came on in, they executed their plan perfectly, and now at least they're going to have to go on back, figure out what to do. We're going to head back to the draft, let them break it down.
Thank you very much, Lyrical and Trent. Indeed, first game taken by Team Secret here over Liquid. Very convincing fashion. We're going to break down exactly how that happened, because at the start of the game, it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a back and forth. We had some nice brawls in the mid lane as well, Jenkins. It started out as like your traditional Team Liquid back and forth series.
Nisha's a fucking monster, man. It's insane. I'm really glad that there was the like highlighting from the players of just how good of a player Nisha is. And then he has a performance like that. The crazy thing about Nisha is that we were going through the list of players that Puppey has played at TI with, 24 of them in total. Obviously, this guy's a TI all-timer. And then Nisha, it's his first TI with Puppey. Not this one, of course, but his first TI was with Puppey. So it's crazy to me that this guy is so good. He's so ubiquitously known as like, this is one of the best players on the planet, if not the best. And he was undiscovered like prior to Secret. That's insane.
It's pretty nuts. I mean, the last pick, Morphling, when I first saw it, I thought it was a bit greedy. But when you think about the lane matchup against the Primal Beast, you're always going to have that shift, which means that you're not going to be able to die. And it shows, because Nisha ended up this game with 0 deaths. And the reason is he does have a backup of his team. Because I think this last pick, Morphling, kind of shut down the whole idea of Team Liquid, how to play a game. Because you need to think about, what happens if you go in on Morphling and try to kill him? There's going to be global silence. We saw Team Secret using the 2 buybacks like 10-12 minutes into the game. They were not hesitating at all. And like their approach was, okay, Primal Beast's going to go with the BKB on a silencer, try to take him out so he can't use the global, but the quick buybacks and just not enough damage. It felt like at one point this Morphling just controlled the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, look at that itemization. He went Hurricane Pike on Morphling before starting. And this is because he recognized that the only way for him to die that game, because Master and the Lifestealer hit all of his item timings as well,
so this is a significant
after he uses his waveform to disengage, they get on top of him with this Lifestealer and potentially this Tusker, and they just beat him down. So he itemized for that ahead of time, because there was absolutely no lack of damage in his team. He did not have to be the primary damage dealer, even though he was, but he did have that backup of the sniper. He had no fear whatsoever of getting blackholed, because they had the nukes to deal with it early on, and of course the global silence, and if Enigma did manage to get a BKB, they had Beastmaster. And speaking of that, Beastmaster also hit all of his timings. He was able to pair up Rezo on the Beast with Nisha really early on and just push down those towers, and it really felt like Liquid had no solution to play into this stuff well.
Good point about this Hurricane Pike, because the first item from Crystallis was also Hurricane Pike. They understood, like, we need to get people out of trouble against the Lifestealer, against the Tusk, one of the better items, so basically they had 3 Force Staffs, one Puppey as well, and it's very difficult to just engage, and they had this backup of the BKB piercing ability, the Beastmaster, and just way harder than what they would expect. The Vision game also on point, a couple of deep wards early on coming up from Team Secret, having a Hawk as well, and also Nyx Assassin scouting things out.
And typically you would expect a team with both Sniper and Morphling to be overly greedy, but because Sniper Sniper was paired up against Enigma on the lane, he is one of the better heroes at dealing with that hero because of Shrapnel. Puppy and Chrysalis were able to just bully Zai early on, and maybe they did get dove a couple of times, but that was with a rotation from Nikkei, I believe, and the other time was, of course, after the block hole usage, so everything just worked out in their favor. That was a really great job.
Do we think that that last pick Morphling kind of caught Team Liquid maybe off guard, Jenkins? Because it did feel like, from the bans as well, that Liquid was expecting that Sniper to be played by Nisha, and that it was Chrysalis that still was waiting for his hero.
I think so. I mean, we were in the green room, like, theory crafting things that could play against, like, the potential Tusk rotations and the lack of disables that Liquid had. And we were looking for a lot less, like, carry-style mids, just because it felt like, for Secret, it was a little bit greedy to go for the Morphling, but that's where the individual stellar performance comes in to make up for that for Nisha. He played a late game carry hero, but he actually contributed a lot in the early game. He was running around ganking, he was getting all of the runes, he was turning into Primal Beast, ganking just like the Primal Beast would with his abilities. So yeah, just I think because Nisha's just confident. It's like, okay, this game, like, I can play Morphling, like, I can have a good early, I can give us a good early game, and then also, then we have 2 carries, right?
Yeah, and you gotta keep in mind that Sniper will also carry the game if necessary.
Thank you for that. Well, Team Liquid definitely has got their work cut out for them. They gotta go back to the drawing board, have some good discussions. It's a good thing that they've got 3 coaches to do that with.
Getting some more punches out. Zai trying to
So
chase
we
him
obviously
down.
have 3 coaches.
Doesn't have that boundless strike, but you can see
I don't think we'd be here if you removed even a single one of them.
We have a good dynamic with Jesse doing a lot of the in-game gameplay stuff, and also I think he goes in depth and kind of looking at other teams in terms of gameplay and what they kind of want to do stylistically.
Figuring out like nice plays for us that we can do, and like looking at it objectively how we can improve ourselves.
So he helps a lot with the gameplay, he helps a lot with reviewing the replays, looking at what we could have done, opportunities missed.
We have Webwits that does most of the drafting prep together with Mati these days, which is kind of their area of focus.
Doing the prep talks and stuff.
And neither of them can do their job without jobs, providing them with all the information they need, all the statistics, all the replays, all the whatever they might need, scrim results, scrim data, that all comes from jobs. So yeah, I think the 3 of them together create one Giga coach between 3 people.
They're always relevant, you know, you take one part of it out, they might not work at all anymore, so I think they all add their value.
So I think, yeah, 3 courses, I've never had 3 courses before, but I think for now it's working.
It's working pretty well indeed, already guaranteed top 3. Of course, if they want to move forward, they do have to win the next game, so I hope those 3 coaches give some good speeches and have some good insight. It's only, it's only a short period of time, so they got to choose their words carefully. Someone who does not choose his words carefully is Action Slacks, who we're heading to right now.
Some other type of rotation to make.
That's right! That is right, Shiva! Hello, hello, hello! The crowd is hyped!
The ship on Tiny though. Still, just because he's playing up here, that doesn't necessarily mean good change. Normal game plan, all that much. He throws some harass on the Rezo. Obviously, there's still some pressure on him to be making those rotations across the map. It sort of depends on the game that you get out of your Brood, right? Because we've seen this several times from Liquid where they pick up this Brood very early, they're willing to get counterpicked, like they know that certain things will be coming, they protect it a lot during the drafting phase, just like that Enigma, but it's all the space and the time that the hero's going to buy for you, so it's a nice room to there for Puppy.
I mean, that's one of those that could suddenly be the death of Nisha if they're not careful, but Resolution stuck around, down
wonderful.
in the
What was your
top lane.
favorite part?
They can clean him up.
Mid lane as well. Foxy, he tested for a ward when they did the initial gank.
Pardon me.
Juggernaut wants to fight. A couple more punches. Nisha also goes down. Get 1 kill first. Now Science going to be chased through the river with no more mana.
We have some hype people over here. Pardon me, excuse me, ma'am. Where are you sitting?
This is all stemming just from ward battles.
There, we'll make you some room.
Foxy was like running on the high ground, checking the tower when they were both dead and both mids weren't there. Saw there was no ward, but when Quicken came back, she instantly warded. They spotted it, they go for the sentry, that gets them on the high ground on the radiant side, and everyone just collapses mid for the fight.
As much as that kill is huge.
Good night, everything's all good.
Even on the network with that sniper, of course, going much further ahead in terms of the XP.
Look at what Monty's up to. Sneaky little sniper here.
Nisha, happened already. Will he get freedom though? as Chrysalis hiding off in those trees.
Back to
Not
you.
an easy kill to get.
Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Waiting down, seeing if there's going to be any TP rotations.
Everything was going great.
He's seen Insania.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, thank you for that, pulse of energy that we just get from the crowd over there. I hope that Team Liquid's feeling it too, because they're going to need it, and I think indeed a lot of people in the audience will love a third game. So Liquid needs to step it up. What do they need to do? That's the main question. How are they going to bring this back? Because they got a little bit blown out of the water, that one.
I think, yeah, that was pretty stompy, but it wasn't due to individual skill or just how good these teams are. I think in the draft, their Enigma got very soft, and they really had no means to deal with this Morph as kind of a gotcha. So I think that they're definitely potentially scrapping the Enigma for next game, but if they get a more even draft, then I don't expect them to be too concerned, right? I don't feel like they're beating themselves up over this one, to be completely honest. And we know that they really prepared, because we saw it yesterday in their series versus Asker. I mean, they had 5 days and they had 3 coaches, like we just saw.
Yeah, they better come in prepared, Jenkins. Anything in particular you want to see them do different, or you feel like this was just an off game indeed because of that draft?
You know, we've seen it before, and I think we'll see it again. Matamba, he's won a TI, so he's got 1 ring, but he prefers 7 rings, if possible. As many as possible. And I think this is when you bring out the comfort picks. This is where, Sniper becomes value, where Pudge becomes value. Pull out the Lone Druid, give the people what they want.
Can't give Sniper, give people. I mean, I think two heroes that got figured out at the main stage. It was Enigma, and I think Lashrak especially, because it just doesn't feel as strong as it did during the group stage, even last chance qualifiers. But I gotta go back to Jane's point about picking something a bit different, because Matu yesterday, when they last picked Night Stalker, he was like, oh, this is not going to be my last game at TI, because he was pretty confident about it.
He was, and if he's going to be getting the last pick for his hero again,
that is the one thing they need right now.
Then he might need to pick that Lone Druid. If he thinks he's not, I don't know, if he picks Lone Druid, that would just mean that he doesn't have the confidence there's going to be another game. So we'll just see if there's going to be another Night Stalker pick coming out in this one, because I think a lot of people, apart from these guys, of course, are hoping for a third game. The players will once again take their seats in the indoor stadium in Singapore, and I think they're ready. They look all very relaxed, actually, I must say. They're just strolling up, Effie. No pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that is the best way to approach TI. Every year, the winner of this tournament seems to be the one who just doesn't feel the pressure, is having the most fun. So the demeanors look good, Secret looks good, but I mean, Liquid, they didn't seem too bothered either walking onto that stage.
They did not. And earlier on, we heard Team Liquid have a lot of respect for Team Secret, of course. I'm very curious to find out what Team Secret thinks of Team Liquid.
I think overall their team dynamic, like it seems like they're pretty bonded to each other, and I think Mickey is doing a lot of work, like a lot of heavy lifting there in that team. Honestly, like from the games I've seen, he's like very on point. Zai plays a lot of versatile heroes. He can play Broodmother, he can play Pingo offlane,
I think what makes Liquid good right now, at least, is the same thing that makes us good. We came from last chance qualifier. We went for a long road. When we won, we already were a little bit ahead than anybody else, so we already played a tournament in order to get a little bit of an advantage.
And honestly, I don't know, like, while we were playing LCQ, what the hell, like, other teams were doing at that time? Like, you can see 2 of the top 4 teams on this event from LCQ. That's storytelling over there.
Punching probably a little.
I think, Rezo, they were just watching you guys play, just like they're doing right now. Am I right, Jenkins?
That's right, Cheever. I don't know what you're saying, but both of these teams have been through the fire and the flames. And guess what is no secret, Cheever? That's that Liquid puts out fire. And so I think we are going to get a Game 3 in this series, Lacoste.
Absolutely agree with everything you said. You've been on point this whole tournament, even before that, throughout the DPC. Best analyst out there, so nothing but admiration for you, Jenkins.
That's so nice. But honestly, Secret has been on quite the journey this year. I mean, for fans at home, I'm sure it's been difficult watching them the DPC tours, watching your favorite team not even go to any of the 2 majors this year. But the entire redemption story these last couple of months happened something out of a fairy tale. You swap out one player towards the end, right? Because Zayats did come in during Tour 3, but the team still did not look great. Something was still missing. All of a sudden, Ice can't go to the Riyadh Masters. They bring in Resolution and everything clicks. It's like this last magical piece of the jigsaw puzzle just fit in perfectly. And it just speaks volumes on how having one player can change the dynamic of everything. Even though Nisha has always been a monster, that hasn't changed. Puppy has always been an excellent captain, and Secret has been consistent in their coaching and in their preparation. But all it took was Rezo to just come in and fix everything.
They were very consistent in their deep sea placements as well, because it was fifth every time.
Consistency is obviously if you're, top 2 or top 3, but at the end, Resolution was the solution to Team Secret's problems.
Now it is time. It's all about peaking at the right time. Will Team Liquid get another shot, or will Team Secret go for it?
Versus Team Liquid.
It's going to be enough.
Game 2.
We are here again, game number 2. Team Secret facing off against Team Liquid, a dominant first one. And we're back again with our lovely draft panel here. Taiga, Amar, you got to see some action. I just want to get real quickly before we get too far into the draft. Taiga, what's it like going out on this big stage, playing in a game like this where it's potentially your elimination match?
It's pretty... I will get pretty nervous, obviously, because like, playing in such a big stage, I wish I was here. I'm not here, it's fine. I'm cheering for my boys on Liquid, and especially with this C crowd. I've been in Malaysia, the C crowd is absolutely amazing, and I actually just feel, feel more comfortable just playing in front of the crowd, because they're cheering for you, you can hear the crowd chanting, and it's amazing. Once we're in the game, you don't feel nervous anymore.
Yeah.
I used to feel very nervous, I used to choke a lot, but I don't think that's the case anymore. So, credits to that.
Yeah. And Amar, what about for you? What's it like when you get out here on the stage and the blood starts pumping? What's going through your mind?
Particularly Liquid.
There's nothing going in my mind. I just need to focus on the game, my screen. Nothing else matters. And then I would say to my teammates, it's okay. Just so you know, if you lost, you're gonna lose a lot of money.
If we lose, we're gonna lose a lot of money. That's great. I love that. Trent, what are you seeing in this first couple?
Okay, positive reinforcement. That's what I'm hearing. I think some teams go for that. There's also the negative reinforcement. That's cool. Team Secret, they're gonna open straight up with the silencer. I mean, the big difference this time, of course, is that Team Liquid are gonna have second pick. Team Liquid are there on that dire side. And, obviously that ended up being a problem for Team Liquid last time, because they felt like they couldn't get the flexibility of Enigma that maybe we wanted in terms of trying to give that hero a good game. And that hero got shut down pretty hard by Team Secret, and we'll see what Liquid have in store this time instead. And the first thing up here is just that Broodmother.
That's a really good counter pick to Silencer. I played this matchup before when I was Silencer. He's not great, I can tell you that. You probably don't want to lane into Brood Silencer either.
And I think this matchup is not actually, of course, all summons that go into Silencer, but the first pill actually helps the new damage buff. Like, you can kill the weak spiders from Brood, and this Silencer pick was just to test them. Do you want an Enigma, the most comfortable hero, or can they just want their test by not getting it? So, just need to make sure that this Brood doesn't conquer them.
That is really interesting too, because Silencer, coming into the event, he was one of the most picked heroes in pubs. Like, he was being spammed constantly, high MMR games, and we didn't really see the hero necessarily that much. But now to open like this, even though there's no Enigma, really, like I said, it's completely dissuading that pick. And I know it's gonna be very interesting to see it versus the Broodmother, because I feel like a lot of times Silencer feels very weak in the lane versus a lot of matchups.
Yeah, but that's not really the case anymore. Like, the Silencer now it's like he's leaning into anyone, and even on the other lane.
Even into this is Tusk Broodmother, man. This would scare the crap out of me.
I mean, it does look like not a fun Silencer lane, but maybe Kristas has something in his pockets.
Okay.
Can bring up the monkey.
Monkey?
Here it is.
Yeah, there it is. Crystallis Monkey. one of his best heroes. He has like 3,000 games from that hero, right?
2,000 games. Yeah.
2,000.
I remember when he joined Secret that, you know, one of the most common trends was just a first phase monkey ban. Everyone's just like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Plays a lot of monkey, let's just not let that happen. But obviously he's moved on from there. He has moved a lot in terms of heroes across it. We had Chrysalis Viper earlier in this tournament as well. He's very open to picking a lot of stuff. So to go back now to a comfort pick in the you know, pivotal game here feels very good.
Yeah, I think the monkey gives them a lot of potential with Silencer also. He like made yesterday Tundra 33 go jungle on good minute 10. Like, so this monkey has its job for this game already.
It's also a bit sad that they didn't want to pick Enigma. Liquid, they usually love the hero. I know for a fact that the team was like, they will always want to first phase Enigma if they could. But I think like with how Secret they opened it last game and how they could just first pick Silencer, makes Liquid actually overthink that, okay, we don't want to pick Enigma into Silencer. So it's actually pretty smart by Poppy to just first pick Silencer and not ban Enigma, so they get a free ban.
Right, and in a way it's like you lose out so much value from that early picks if you are getting into it. That, you know, I mean, there's still a lot of value in Silencer outside of just the Enigma, surely, right?
I mean, like, I guess they maybe take it like as a strong hero, like in general a strong hero. Because, for example, like, Tusk cannot save from Snowball. Yeah, Tusk can kill Silencer, but you can just go on a hero and press global and this Tusk is useless. So, like, the concept still like has its place.
He's gonna get chased, the toss, the impale, needs to delay this.
Next round of picks here as we are onto the bands Pudge taken out of the pool, as well as Undyne, Magnus, and Tango. So a good amount of team fight actually banned out here by Team Liquid. I'm curious, you talked about the best hero in Dota, according to you the other game, Beastmaster. Is that something that we're going to be on the lookout? Are Liquid the type of team that would run that again, or is that with the Broodmother and Pool, there's no chance that this would be flexed to anything else?
I mean, the Broodmother is option for sure, like on Zai.
Yeah, that's a decent point.
I don't think like they gonna flex this Brood. Like, I think it's just blocked on Zai. I don't think Mickey doesn't play, and I don't think Matumba, like he last time played it like 3 years ago, so I don't think he's just comfortable to play it again, you know?
I actually think it might happen. Matu might play Brood for the last game before he, you know, today is actually his last time before he retire, right?
Yeah.
Might end it with the Broodmother.
It would be crazy. That is something that's sort of lingering in the back of, I think, everybody's heads, is that potential for retirement, and of course the Liquid wanting to keep this going, force it to a game number 3.
Well, I mean, they did it with a Night Stalker, right? Something that obviously wasn't expected. Some people were hoping for maybe that Lycan to come back, you know, the real classic Matu hero. I don't know what he's feeling as we get to the end of potentially what could be his last game, but right now taking a lot of time on this ban. They get rid of that Kunkka, so very common trend in those 3 bans right now. Lots of like physical AoE damage being taken away there. Rezo had a great game on the Magnus as well, previously in the tournament, so Liquid now looking to find that pick that doesn't give away too much. Probably just going to be an Insania hero here, unless he goes back to some classic 5 Insania Tusks. But, you know, it's boxy Tusks.
Definitely a boxy Tusk. I don't see Insania playing Tusk anytime soon.
So what do you feel like they're missing in the draft right now, or the sort of general shape that they're trying to take? Where do Liquid need to go? Are they trying to play a more fast tempo game, or are they trying to just sort of secure their lanes? What do you see in there?
I mean, like the Secret addressed like this Brood, like they banned online the lifestealer, the heroes that they think they can like snowball the game with, like, because Brood, like, if he doesn't get destroyed, I mean, he might, like, because it happened yesterday, so they're just looking like to step lanes and get a push like this Jakiro, like good team fight, and like can help them to like 5 man a lot, and the Secret doesn't fight as well.
Talked about the interesting. So Jakiro gets taken, the team fight, the push, all the things that you want.
They actually hit the bans pretty well on Secret, like the classic multi-heroes like Punch and Max, because they usually want to keep it the semi-core heroes of Matu, so Maker can play more of like a 1 from mid, like he will play this Lina, Asa, carry type heroes on carry game. They will put him like position 1 as a mid player. With now, it looks pretty bad for them, I think, because they don't have all these heroes available right now. Knives, punch, and out. It'll be interesting to see what they pick. Maybe another Night Stalker again.
Yeah, I think Sven was one of those other ones that we saw a decent amount to try and give some like extra armor and stuff, but that also hero is kind of fallen by the wayside of it. But they get another Nyx assassin.
I mean, the Nyx really, like, it's not really a good Nyx game, but I think they just think that this Nyx is broken, and I don't think it's wrong. Like the damage, the end is like, and you also block a lot of mid lane picks. Like, imagine you're a mid laner and you want to pick into Nyx, it feels so bad.
Yeah, not a happy time. And they do, in fact, opt the Primal Beast. So a couple options here. Could be mid, could potentially be off lane as well if they want to. But just another hero that, when you see the Spiderlings as well, you really do not care at all as Primal Beast.
Pressure that's being mounted. Man, still standing up front and center.
Well, the first phase Brood definitely has a lot of challenges running into it already, but we've seen Zai get sacrificed more than a few times playing out of that off lane. Liquid now, I mean, to me at least when I look at this, I feel like there's so much team fight on Team Secret to just try and further snowball and then maybe build some like sort of tower taking heroes as Liquid to see if they can make a turn happen.
The force of that after they check for some wards. So the
I'm actually not so sure what they can pick right now, because they usually want to pick next spot, right? Maybe they could go back to like taking Asaf and Lina right now and save that last pick for Marty. Because I think Marty can play a lot of heroes in Dora. I think for Mickey, on the other hand, he probably wants to pick his hero now. That's how I feel like.
And it does feel like he wants one of those like big range damage dealers, like you said. I mean, Lina's gone, but yeah, the SF does look very solid. Sort of fits with some of the timings that you could have as well. Try to get yourself like an earlier Roche, gives yourself a bit of a base to work off of here, and stand his ground when you get into these situations versus the Monkey King sometimes with a good ulti or BKB.
And down just 5 seconds left into the reserve time on the last round, but they go for the tiny. A big swap up there, not that physical damage hero. What's the goal here? What you're seeing?
This is the comfort hero for Mika. Like back in the Han days, like a long time ago, he will always play tiny Hans, and he was like, for me personally, he was like the best tiny out there. So maybe they're just coming back, you know, playing comfort heroes. Like maybe potentially the last game of TI. So why not?
They immediately ban another comfort hero, right? We're getting rid of all the comforts. Get rid of that lone druid. Don't want to give Matwave his signature heroes right now.
I mean, who knows? Maybe this Tiny actually goes carry, because I know that Honda can play Tiny.
That's a good point. Yeah, there's still that flex. And that's what you said you wanted to see, Taiga, going into the end of this draft, was Liquid with the last pick with a lot of flexibility stuff.
Yeah, we might even see Moth2 playing mid and making him play carry Tiny, because it can actually hype him.
This could be a moment for them. There's Zayat's trying to figure out what's going on. The look on his face is like, what are these guys playing? What's going on there?
I'm seeing a lot of great carapace plays, that's for sure. Tiny now in the pool too, Jakiro.
Away, but there's nowhere to hide.
Agasarin taken out of the pool. No chances for any stall action from those illusion carries. But with last pick, the Team Secret draft, we already highlighted the team fight. What is it that they're missing out of their last pick, assuming that this Monkey King is the carry role for Chrysalis?
Another big fight this next round.
I think they're missing
that's a great feeling for Secret. I mean, you gave up that Aegis, but you're the ones who are getting out
some
on the
kind
map.
of scaling hero for mid. I don't think Primal B scales as much. They're like very late. I think Monkey King is like the same. So I feel like they want to have, similar to Liquid, they want to have some kind of mid carry hero. And most of them are banned right now, so it'll be interesting to see what they pick.
I mean, definitely they want range carry, but they also don't really need to, because the Monkey for sure carry this game. Like the Monkey, one of the strongest late game heroes. It's just that the hero can also be a space maker. Like he has 2 ways to play.
So if someone carries him to there, you know, Chrysalis of course very comfortable on that hero. Something like the Dawnbreaker still being in if you want to like find a Rezo hero too.
I mean, I just think that maybe like, I mean, maybe they just go for the, I mean, SF looks bad. I mean, I guess, I mean, they want the range for sure. So like, they get their gameplays where like, Crystal just sits on the trees, makes this Brood like life hard and stays in his lane.
Ah, Quap, okay.
Whoa. So what's the thought there?
Well, Quap is kind of also semi-core, you know. They're essentially running like three semi-cores, like how we used to do back in the days with OG. I actually like the graph a lot. It makes a lot of sense to get it. But I think they might want to put Tiny Kill if they can do that. Somehow fit the puck in this lineup.
Down to the last couple of seconds here for Team Liquid. 4 seconds to decide their fate. And it's going to be no random. The sniper. Interesting thoughts as we get into this game here. The drafts have been completed. Sniper versus Queen of Pain. What are you guys thinking? Who's going to come away with this? Are we going to a game 3?
I think we will go to a game 3. See Mickey and Tiny, I'm already excited.
I mean, I understand the second pick is stronger, and of course they got like the counter picks and what they want, and they will get the lanes. But I will always go for secret. See if they got a Monkey King, but they want more from him. So let's see.
Yep. Like, let's say we're looking at Team Liquid though. Like, what do they need to do, Amar? I know you're cheering for Secret. What do they need to do to take this win on Liquid? How do they play this game? So, like, first big goal.
I don't know. Just scale to the game, and you will win.
And you'll win. It's all the discussion that you really need here, I guess. Huh?
And for Taiga, what do Liquid need to do to be able to claim this victory here? What's the recipe for success for them?
They can get stable lanes because they are heavily counter-picking lanes right now. Like Tiny into pop might be pretty rough for Tiny, and the Monkey into Brood, the Monkey's gonna win. So if Mick can snowball this game and get 10 kills in like 40 minutes, I'm sure Liquid got this.
All right, well let's see indeed if they're going to be able to do that as we get ready to head on into this game number 2 as again one of those moments where it's all on the line. We'll see if they can make it happen. Going over to Sir Action Slacks right now as we get into this interview.
Thank you so much, everybody. I am here with Heat from Team Secret
on the sniper, which means he just was able to
Heat, my friend, quite an intense game last time. You guys survived that very aggressive laning stage coming out from Liquid, and it looks like they have just as an aggressive lane this time. However, you guys have a Monkey King. That's not traditionally, somebody that can survive getting run over. Are you confident in that pick?
I don't know what you're talking about, and why would Monkey King get ran over?
Well, you tell me, what is Monkey King good at? Hey, in my games, he's always throwing in the lane. Broodmother just eats his ass like it's nothing.
We have a player with more than 2,000 games played on Monkey King. I'm pretty confident.
Okay, that is confident stuff right there, my friend. So I want to talk a little bit about the attitude of the team here. I mean, this is, where you guys got to last year, a lot of pressure. Are they feeling it, or do you think it's just full confidence?
No, I think we're feeling much better. We recovered after our loss against Andre last night. We talked out what some of the issues were that led to like bad in-game comms. So, I mean, game 1 went great. So we're hoping to close it out 2-0.
You're always so calm on these teams. All right, can we do a real crazy one? Give me an immortal favor. Make some ludicrous claim here about this game, please. Anything out. Call it out. Babe Ruth it.
Go for it.
We're gonna get 2 rampages on 2 players.
2 rampages on 2 players! Oh my god! This will be one of the greatest games in TI history as we throw it over to our casters.
This is one of those big macro plays you're gonna see in the
Thank you so much, Slacked. Absolutely baited there as usual for the interview. Able to get the coach to say some crazy things. Now, we might not have rampages here. We'll see if it ends up happening or not. But the one thing we definitely are going to have is some pretty nice comms. They started out this game with a little bit of love between the 2 teams while we were doing that interview, Trent, and now already into the lane stage.
I've seen some of Zayev's comms, to the enemy team. He stands up and screams. So, I think maybe we'll get him one of those rampages that he's talking about. That'd be pretty impressive on Mixed Assassin. I mean, might not be
Pretty crazy. Nisha going to take some damage there from Matamaba, but yeah, the start of this game, I believe I saw Resolution tip with Sania and said Analyst Gaming, let's go.
Yes.
XD, because of course both of those players were analysts in the grand finals last year at TI, and now here they are playing for a spot in the grand finals.
I believe they actually played in the All-Star match last year on grand finals day as well. So this is a significant upgrade.
It's true, absolutely. We'll see if it ends up happening again, but of course, players are incredibly accomplished and have a lot of history together as well, but are going to be facing off now. Same playing on the hero. We're talking to the panel, and they were saying that they felt that this was a hero that gives a lot of the team fight, gives pushing potential. It looks like a fast draft from Liquid in some ways.
I feel like he just didn't want to play Lich again. It's a very similar idea and concept, but no, it's a little bit tankier, right? Just naturally with a higher strength, so you can maybe survive something like a boundless fragmentation, or at least require a little bit more of those enemy resources before your allies can try and get something else done in the engagement. Definitely going to have some issues versus the Nyx assassin, though. A lot of AoE ability to punish you on. Mickey losing a triple mango courier, the fruit stand chopped down.
That one hurts. In the same moment, you see Boxy getting a nice little pushback there on the puppy, hit behind a tree, and then started beating him up a little bit.
Oh, Matu though, getting that big damage from Nisha. Has a Fairy Fire still remaining, but certainly getting low here.
I know when we first saw this like sort of revitalization of Sniper that was happening in this tournament, I think the first game of it that we saw was Matumba Man playing on the Sniper and just going absolute ham. You can see there as well the rotation in towards mid, Boxy securing the water room. They did do the swap up, so it's Matu playing mid, of course Mickey up there top on that Tiny.
Yeah, they had that second pick in the draft this time, so they're able to respond to the lanes much more accurately, as Secrets were pretty well set. A whole lot of flexibility you're going to see at that point once they picked up that Queen of Pain. They were just looking at that girl who's going to be very comfortable in the mid lane, and likely going to have a good time. She does snag that range creep tonight.
So far, so good. 14-4 versus 12-2, and Cop a little bit lower on that CS chart indeed. But you can see that already off to a better start, Liquid, than they had in that game number 1. As Mickey is going to get that wave pulled back through it to a little bit of better contention.
It's 100% win rate. I mean, they win a lot of games, so it's not that surprising. 7 games.
Going into the later stages. Getting a lot of damage there from Mickey. Can't get in for a kill, but still keeping that pressure on.
As the South, you have that great HP regen. You're also an Agi hero, so you tend to have a little bit more armor too. It's a great feeling hero. It's very similar to like Ogre, honestly, when you're playing the lane, right? You kind of want to use your HP as a tool when you're bullying these heroes. You want to absorb a lot of spells as the Nyx assassin, and let them think that they can kill you like they are up top. Let them think though.
Well, that's going to be it. Mickey moves on in and cleans up the power of the dual breath there, combined with this full avalanche toss combo from Mickey.
Instructions were unclear. Okay, if you try and go for an offensive.
Yeah, I think that's partly that early movement over, getting some mangoes on them. It's a nice little injection of the mana regen. Getting some more punches out. Zai trying to chase him down. Doesn't have that boundless strike, but you can see after that first blood, hungry for a bit more on Liquid.
Yeah, of course, we saw this matchup just yesterday. In terms of, you got to be watching out for that Jiggy Mastery, all stacked up, one boundless on neutrals, on the creep wave, on the spiders, anything there to get your HP back up.
And he missed there on Zai, able to dodge away from that one. That high movement speed was bruised. And now Marty looking for more punches. The tag team, a couple more hits. Crystal is in trouble. They do bring him down. Zai already putting to work on him, although up top, Insania, he's in some trouble.
He was just there, stuck blinking away, helpless.
Able to pair together to get that kill on the Nick arrow.
During the halberd. Yeah, but getting the kills on the monkey in lane, that's going to feel great for a brood lane. Not necessarily something you're expecting to go super well.
1 second, he gets away. That blink coming right off cooldown there as Boxy gets a little bit of separation, won't get hit by any daggers, but Matumba Man also very low. Will have some regen coming out to himself, but not a ton actually. He's going to have to just tango up and maybe even head back home.
Yeah, that wave. I mean, good timing there from Boxy. They don't get the kill, but the wave's coming under the tower, so he doesn't tank too much. And once again, he's going to get himself some earlier HP, or rather XP here, and to run on home on the sniper. Oh, sorry, 1 melee, 1 ranged even. Worst case scenario.
You can see the Ring of Health already done for Rezo means the chance for a kill on him, pretty low percentage. Of course, it can go on Zaya if the mood strikes and most teams comes around. They need some other type of rotation to make it work. It still comes down to Rezo win a team fight. Just see those. Could be their recipe
on the position 1 Tiny though. Still, just because he's flying up here though doesn't necessarily mean he's going to change his normal game plan. On Rezo. Obviously, there's some pressure on him to make those rotations across the mega creep games. It sort of depends on the game that you get out of your brood, right? Because we've seen this several times from Liquid where they pick up this brood very early. They're willing to get counterpicked, like they know that certain things are be coming. They've protected a lot during the drafting phase, just like that Enigma. But it's all the space and the time that the hero's going to buy for you. It's a nice way to die there for fun.
I mean, that's one of those that could suddenly be the death of Nisha if they're not careful. But Resolution stuck around down in the top lane. The tree toss. They cleaned him up.
Mid lane as well. And then like the second the fight ends, it feels like when they just need to show tank. There we go.
Jumps in Sonic Wave, Matumbo Man turns, looks to fight, a couple more punches, Nisha also goes down. To get one kill first, now Zayat's gonna be chased through the river, but with no more mana, they can't clean up that Nyx assassin.
This is all stemming just from ward battles, right? Because like Foxy was like running on the high ground, checking the tower when they were both dead, when both the mids weren't there. Saw there was no ward, but when Queen came back, she instantly warded, they spotted it, they go for the sentry, that gets them on the high ground on the Radiant side, and everyone just collapses mid for the fight.
You know, as much as that kill is huge for that pop, definitely needed. Now about even on the network with that sniper, of course, going much further ahead in terms of the XP.
Look at what Monster's up to though. Sneaky little sniper here.
Same rotation. Shrapnel ready. Will he be able to find him though? As Chrysalis hiding off in those trees, it's not an easy kill to get. So just waiting down, seeing if there's going to be any TP rotations as Science Puppy chasing Insania up the river and get out of there, it looks like.
Yeah, he's going to survive. Foxy's getting XP mid, and they're just going to take this early tower. So you counterpick this, right? You have this Monkey King, and he's not really pressuring the Brood. Look at this, she's ahead in terms of the net worth. Device doing great, hitting this small camp, they're hitting this tower, and so they're going to try and counterpressure top. Mickey will get it twisted. Liquid in a very good spot right now.
Still for a moment, Avalanche to interrupt before the ring gets out. Any TP rotations, not Cena. Okay, tries to get away, but they bring forward, drop the ring, drop everything. This core Tiny is going to be brought down in the end. That was a lot of heroes there for that one.
The power spells cast for one kill, but you'll take it. It's going to give you that wrap around on the tower now. Rezo getting in there, grabbing that wave, and so Masu is going to knock down that bottom tower. He's going to open up this whole jungle space here for Zai. He's already cracking his way through the neutrals. And Secret hoping to do the same thing up top as Foxy. Also looking to set something up top here.
And it's interesting too, you know, you think about the difference in terms of the styles. All these rain fans picked up from a Matumbo Man as Chrysalis going to be chased a little bit through the trees. Foxy spots him there. Go forward for that kill though. And Resolution picks up his space.
Not much they can do. They will see Rezo now comes back to the range creep. 3 heroes here. They want to go for this, but it's a tough game with the onslaught.
And Ice Pack just a little bit away. Resolution didn't get clipped by it. So they managed to get away with him after those heroes rotate up. Foxy does a little juke to the side. Zayat a little bit quick on the trigger finger.
Not only does he get away, he also gets back to that stack camp for Chrysalis.
Resolution into this game, but Liquid
very happy Monkey King right now.
Still a minute until spawning. They don't want to deal with that. 3 to 4. Global out, BKB disarm, as this game develops, you're seeing Zai just take over this side of the map. Very hard for any of the supports or other heroes to come on into this Radiant jungle. See, at the same time, Liquid, they're farming up their own jungle. This net worth lead, if things don't change soon for Secret, is going to start to pretty quickly expand.
As they made their way, yeah, that is the one thing they need right now, is to give that space to Chrysalis, right? He's the lowest of the core, so like they're getting these stacks for him. They're giving him this safer spot up top. Liquid are not letting up the pressure, keeping a lot of heroes up here and allowing the Broodmother to control that bottom half of the map by herself. She's trying to not get caught right now. That's a low-level Nyx, though.
The courier heads right on in. But Zai will still survive through that gank. Resolution in the area.